Hey everybody, welcome back. I see a couple of my videos I recently uploaded did pretty well. I want to say thank you so much, everybody that's been going to the website and signing up. It's like I always say, it's life changing, man. And I apologize for my room in this one. I had to move a bunch of stuff in here. I've been dog proofing the house. I found a stray dog down by the river behind behind McDonald's the other day. I'm going to do a video on that. I think that one would be better suited to some footage, not just me talking into the camera. So I'll get that probably going in the next couple days. But today I'm going to tell you a story about the last scene I shot with Carter, who I'm sure you remember, CarterJay. So it's funny, whenever I do any of these shoots, I still have the freaking tether on, if you can see. It's crazy. Somebody asked me the other day, like, hey, how long you had the tether on? And I said, off the top of my head, like, oh, like 3 or 4 months. Then I sat and did the math. Man, I got this thing put on in the beginning of April. It's been like, what? That's like 6 or 7 months. But although now that I have the dog, my PO gave me out time until 10 p.m. So now I'm allowed out from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. It's not that bad. But yeah, anytime I go downstate or do these shoots, I have to get permission from my probation officer. So essentially, I have to ask my probation officer for, permission to get in the camera. I'm not lying. So I'll say this though. She's given me permission every time I've asked. God bless her. She lets me work. So, and I'm at a point in my life right now, like it doesn't even take that long to do these shoots. Like I'm not out late, but I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to be racing the clock to get home on tether. I've done that many times where, maybe I have to be home by 8:30 and it's a half an hour drive home and I leave at 7:30. No extra time. I end up speeding, just barely make it home in time. And I'm just not into that now. Like even if I think I could be back on time, I want to ask for permission to get extra time just to make sure, this traffic can be bad down there and whatnot. So anyways, the scene we decided to shoot was, and I'm going to have to tiptoe around this. If any of y'all have seen the movie Requiem for a Dream, there's a scene where Jennifer Connelly does, they say, ass to ass. So we had to purchase a double-headed utensil to use. And I didn't want to be the one to go buy it. So I Cashapped Carter the money. And he was like, dude, I was so embarrassed. Like, we do this for a living. I was still embarrassed to buy this. So anyways, I get down to the hotel that we were going to shoot at because the photographer is a day job working at this hotel chain. So we can get really nice rooms really cheap for us to film in. So anyways, I get down there. The photographer's not there yet. Carter is. And he starts telling me this story in the parking lot, which, by the way, we look like two assholes. We're both wearing tank tops in the beginning of winter, where everybody else has coats on. We're freezing. It's windy. We look like a bunch of idiots. Anyways, he starts telling me this story. So about a week before this, I was laying in bed with my girl, and my phone goes off, and as she's passing it to me, she snickers, and I'm like, what? And she's like, why is Carter texting you about his dick? And I look at my phone, and it's like, dude, I've been hard for like 6 hours. I took that shot. Because, he dances, and in the industry, there's like a shot, there's like Cialis, Viagra. Well, when your shit really don't work, there's like a shot you can get that was like guaranteed. And I would be scared of something like that. Like I told him, like, dude, I would only try like a quarter of the dose at first. And he's like, dude, that's what I did, a quarter of the dose. And so anyways, when he sent me that text, you can't really tell context through text. I thought he was just saying like, ha ha ha, my dick's been hard for a really long time. But what it was really was more like, dude, my dick's been hard for 6 hours, panicking. And he told me, they warned him, like, it shouldn't last more than 3 hours. And at 4 hours, you should be worried. And he said at 6, he started panicking. And by hour 8, he said it was the worst pain of his life. And by hour 10, he ended up going to the hospital, which I would have went to the hospital way before that. And I think he ended up telling me it was like 14 hours total before it finally went down. They had given him like 4 shots that did nothing. Finally, they gave him like some painkiller shot or something, and it worked. And he said, dude, I was crying like a little bitch. And then on top of it, freaking nursing students come through. Imagine that. You're having an episode of priapism, and here comes, and you know the nursing students are always super hot. Like, can you think of anything more embarrassing? So anyways, this story, when he's telling it to me, man, I'm oscillating back and forth between like dying of laughter and being like, ooh, because I remember one time I had OD'd. I think I told this story on YouTube. I had OD'd. And I woke up in the hospital and I was still totally out of it. And I started ripping IVs out and nobody was around to stop me. And I'm about to get out of the hospital bed and I notice there's one cord left in me, you know, in my piece. Start tugging, nothing's happening. Ugh. Finally, I give it one good yank and pops out, start running. And I looked down and blood was just pouring out of me. It was awful. Anyways, and I kept remembering that experience and how painful it was. And it was like making me wince. But, you know, I guess he's all good. He's fully functional still. So then the photographer got there and we went into the hotel. And now we looked even weirder because, you know, me and Carter are like two young, I don't say this to toot my horn, but, you know, young, fit guys, not that young, but, you know, and then the photographer is more like an average looking dude. And then he don't got, you know, none of us have like traditional luggage. Like frickin' Carter has a bag from the porn store. I have like a grocery bag with some bullshit in it. And then the photographer is carrying, he has like a case for his lights. You can't tell it's filming equipment, but you can tell it ain't, you know, luggage or clothes. So I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I kept thinking like, man, these people definitely know what we're doing. Man, I get sweaty in these videos. I think it's the light. So anyways, we end up filming the scene. And, you know, when I had watched that movie, Requiem for a Dream, man, they made it look easy. Like you just, you know, it's like things click together like a freaking Lego. In reality, it wasn't like that. You know, if you go on the website and watch this video, man, it was, you know, there's some complex angles. It was difficult, man. It was, you know, and I'm not trying to, you know, make it out like, oh, I have such a hard job. But let me tell you, there's moments of difficulty in it. But we got it done, man. You can see we definitely got it done. You know, so we finish up, we pack up, and as we're leaving the hotel, you know, he's got the bag from the freaking porn store with the double header in it, and he drops it, and it rolls in the middle of the lobby. And like I said, this is a pretty decent hotel. I think our room would have cost like $300 a night, so it's like pretty respectable people. And so we look stupid, and then on top of it, you know how like at airports, if you're like a premium member of a certain airline, they have like a special lounge you can go in? Well, the photographer had access to the special lounge at the hotel. So I went and filled my little grocery bag full of freaking Nutri-Grain bars and Diet Pepsis. And, you know, I tried to recoup some of the $30 I had invest in the room. Anyways, that ended up going pretty good. I was actually pretty happy with the final product. I think you'd do pretty well to go out and look at it. And like always, man, it's always a good job, a good time filming with Carter. I'm in a bit of a predicament where, and I know, once again, I don't say this to be arrogant, but my website has been pretty successful, and other people that I often link up with to do this, they're usually a little more like earlier in their careers, or just the money is not at the same level, which creates like a different level of motivation. You know, people don't always want to film, you know, like, oh, let's do it tomorrow, or let's just do it. And I'm like, man, let's film today and tomorrow and let's get it done. It's all, you know, it's all money. But I understand not everybody does this as their full-time job. But Carter, man, that's like a dude with like a hell of a work ethic, because he does all of this and goes and dances. And, you know, he was trying to get me to dance. And part of me says like, oh, I got to wait till I get the tether off. But the other part says, dude, that might be the moneymaker. People love this tether in my industry, I guess you could say. The tether really goes far. I told my PO, I said, man, when you take this thing off, dude, let me get a defective one to use as a prop. You know what I mean? This thing, people do really like it. Man, if I could get on stage with the tether, I don't think I'd even have to learn to dance. I think people, oh my God, people could put the dollars right in the little loop of it. Oh my God. Anyways, I thank you so much if you've watched this far. I've been trying to be more consistent on YouTube lately, and I'm going to try to get the video with my dog, the stray I found, kind of give a little introduction and the struggles I've been having with that, because this is a small apartment and it's not meant for a dog, but oh my God, do I want to keep it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was more like just a little vlog update. Check out my website. Please like and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys so much. All the positive comments. You know, I get down at myself, man. Those positive comments really mean something. I know that, like, I think people, you know, you see like a very thin slice of me on YouTube, but I appreciate that people, you know, see the best in that slice. I really do. So God bless y'all. Hope you have a good night. Thank you.